Okay. So Wilford, Mother-Loving, Warfstache. This one is more official because this came out after Heist. Did this come out before or after Heist? Let's call them personas. No reason. Totally not because of the game. No, this came out before Heist, but it's after Who Killed Markiplier. This is after Who Killed Markiplier, but before Heist. There we go. Sorry. I got my timeline a little mixed up. I think it only started connecting the characters in Who Killed, Date, and Heist. Yeah. So I think, yeah, this is when it gets more official, where it's less just him messing around with the personas and having a good time with them, and he's actually starting to, like, build a universe out of this, which is so cool. And the entire Jim origin story series. Yes. Is Jim. I just need them to say Jim more. It makes me happy every time one of them goes, Jim. Back to you, Jim. Jim. You see the Warfstache from in space. Yes. Well, I will definitely talk about that more when we get there. But let's go ahead and start the video. Shenanzy. Markiplier Cinematic Universe is the true MCU.
But taking a bullet to the chest will make you a lot less worried about the slow deaths of the world. Long story short, I took a job I shouldn't have. They say the pretty ones will always get you killed, but he was so damn handsome I just couldn't resist. I was a frog in a slow pot of boiling water, or the first clown to get into the clown car. You don't know to get out until it's too late. One thing led to another, and I found myself slow dancing with the devil in the moonlight. Except instead of leaving room for Jesus, he left room for a .357 Magnum.
I like that.
I won't bore you with the details, so I'll cut right to the quick. A lot of...
Come on. Oh, but that does look delicious.
Chewy's Blue Box event is on now, June 21st through 24th, with 40% off your first auto ship order.
I totally forgot to mention.
A lot of people
I totally forgot to mention at the beginning of the stream, I wanted to say, I went to a cat cafe today, and it was so great. It was so great. I get to play with a bunch of little kitties, and I got pretty attached to one. Actually, kind of two. But there's one I was really attached to. But unfortunately, my apartment doesn't allow pets, so I couldn't adopt. I couldn't adopt her, unfortunately. But it was so great. Anyway, back to this.
Died because of this man. William J. Damn it. Come on. William J. Barnum,
There you
a.k.a.
go.
the Colonel. Just like the clown at my bar mitzvah, I knew he was trouble from the moment I laid eyes. And just like Bozo the Magnificent, a lot of people died when he walked into my life. I've been chasing him down ever since. We were like two naked men running on the same treadmill, uncomfortably close, but always just a step behind. But no one can run forever, especially not with 200 pounds of sweaty detective breathing down your neck. It hasn't been easy, though. I can't count how many countries I've cornered him in. Couldn't tell you how many times I've had him in my big, strong hands. Every time I think I've got him for good, he somehow manages to slip away. But he's running out of holes to hide in. I mean that literally, metaphorically, and euphemistically.
Oh my
It doesn't
goodness.
matter how crafty you think you are. If you've been on the run for years and years, eventually, you're gonna make a mistake. Word of advice, if you're running away from your problems, never become too attached to anything. Family, lovers, briefcases on top of your car.
Oops.
Some things are best left behind. The Colonel's a slippery one, shedding names as easily as a snake sheds a few pounds before bikini season. He's gone through pseudonym after pseudonym trying to cover his tracks, but he always manages
Oh
to...
yeah, you're right. The cigar just turned into a vape. But yeah, you really like how Mark wrote the detective as an unintentional antagonist in Who Killed? Yeah, he kind of did. There's this cat cafe down the street from me, but you've haven't been there? Oh, totally check it out. If you like kitties, worth it. Just worth it. I especially need it because I can't have any cats. So I don't have a cat at home because my apartment doesn't let me. So I have to go find my cat, what's the word I'm looking for? I have to fill my like cat cuddles. I don't know. I'm just saying I need my cat cuddles in some way. Now the vape mysteriously appeared in his mouth when it wasn't there before. Yep.
Fall back into the same
And now it's gone again.
roles. Drinking, fighting, flirting, dancing.
Ooh. Ooh, that's a bop. Cat cuddle, yeah. I'm a big sucker for this aesthetic. Like the disco aesthetic. Cat cuddle quota, yes. I need to fill my cat cuddle quota.
The Colonel was always one for the eccentrics, but his latest persona takes the entire cake shop. Wilford, mother-loving, Warfstache.
Such good dancing, honestly. Like, look at him move. I want to dance with Warfstache. Just as long as he doesn't kill me. Your apartment doesn't allow cats unless they are prescribed as emotional support pets. You know, I could probably get one prescribed. Oh, I could probably get one prescribed as emotional support pet, and they probably still wouldn't let me. Small dogs are fine though for some reason. Weird. I like how some people are still dancing as they leave. Yeah, he's like, I'll leave.
Get your ass down here. Don't move, asshole. Show me your hands. I like that. Put him down.
Oof. You killed his vibe.
Get down on the ground right now.
Well, why'd the music stop?
You're not getting away from me this time, asshole. I said get your ass down on the ground.
Do I know you, friend?
I said get down on... What? How do you not...
Hey, look. Okay. Here's another Warfstache right here.
Stop playing games. Get your ass
He's got
down
a
on the
drink.
ground before I blow you right here, right now. Away.
And he goes through the little sparkle. He goes through the little sparkle banners, which brings it right into the Warfstache from space.
Dave? Dave! Dave? Dave. Greg. Steve. Bill. Dave!
He lost
I know
his
I
groove.
recognized you. How are you? How's the wife?
I don't have a wife. Stop stalling. You're under arrest for the murder of way too many people to even count.
Well, that's just ridiculous. I would never kill anybody.
Right. Well, whatever you say, buddy.
I wonder if this is kind of the part where he got more or less interested in pink, because he's wearing all this pink and he has the pink afro. So maybe after that, like, he decided to change up his look. He decided, I want to keep pink, so I'm going to do pink mustache instead of pink hair. Like, maybe it was the disco vibe that got him into pink.
You ran a real good race there, buddy. But it's the end of the road for you. The law's gonna throw every book they have at you, and after that, they're gonna throw you in a cell, and after that, they're gonna throw away the key. And after that, they're gonna throw that cell into a lake.
Do we have, like, an exact body count for how many? Because he's like, you've killed way too many people to count. Is there actually a count, though? Because we only really know of... Well, I guess he didn't... He killed us, but then we came back to life. So I don't know if that counts. That's the only one we can really think of or really know of. How does the class still have drink? Yeah. I also love how nothing is actually stopping Warfstache from taking a drink. He just keeps getting interrupted.
But not before I throw a few things at him first. We're gonna play pin the tail on the donkey, but he's the donkey, and the tail is my feelings.
My
I
feelings.
shouldn't get ahead of myself. I only get one night with him to fill the hole in my heart he left behind. It's finally time to get some answers.
Did we date at some point?
No, we didn't date. The hole was a metaphor for when you shot me in the...
Car.
Holy shit, that was close.
We could have taken them.
What the hell does that have to do with... How did you... How are you...
It's because he breaks the fourth
How
wall.
many fingers am I holding up?
4.
Aardvark. Pumpernickel.
What are you doing?
Calabasas.
Are you okay?
How are you in my head?
Why are you shouting?
Why are you
My
shouting?
head!
You're still shouting!
I like how they use the taser as a transition. That's kind of clever.
Enough kidding.
He's still got the drink.
Your ass is mine for the next 24 hours. And I'm gonna take my sweet time with that ass. To get...
Can we really... It's a little hard to see. Is he shot me? My feelings. Colonel. Even more dead. Does it... Is that just poop? Poop? Poop poop? Poop poop poop? Poop? Poop poop poop? Poop poop poop?
answers out of it. From you.
Well, I suppose I could stay here a while, get comfortable. Lovely place you've got here. Could use a bit more color.
Enough! with
Yeah, more
your
pink.
bullshit. Do you have any remorse? Any remorse at all for the things you've done? Or
Let's see, us technically, and shot the detective accidentally, and a game show contestant, so around 1.
are you too much of a coward to face your crimes?
Well, there's no need for name calling. Words can hurt, you know. You should be kind and courteous.
Name calling, huh? And, what name would you prefer, huh? Is it William J. Butterfield?
Well, now there's a name I have.
Wilson Jackson Bartholomew III?
Well, now I actually married into a name.
Wingleheimer?
Wait, just...
Wingleheimer?
All right, I may have been having a little bit of fun with that one.
Name after name after name after name, just so you could distance yourself from the real name you should be called. Murderer.
Huh?
Abe.
Are the tips of his mustache pink? Is it implied that his mustache is turning pink? Huh.
Abe. Abe, it's been years. How are you? How are you doing? How's the family?
Oh, I'm doing just peachy, buddy. Because I've been waiting a long, long time for this day to come. So we could sit down, have a chat.
Longtime stalker, first time commenter. How goes the movie? Rainbow Monkey 95. Good to see you here. It's going very well. I kind of wish I had some popcorn. That would be really nice. Oh, yeah, exactly that. So, yeah, his mustache is turning pink. Okay, I gotcha.
catch up, good and proper.
Wow. There we all are.
How the hell did you do that?
We look so young.
You better get your ass back in that chair. Also, how did you get your ass out of that chair? You're gonna tell me. You're gonna tell me how you got your ass out of that chair so I can figure out a way to get it back in that chair.
Oh, there's Celine. My heart still beats for her to this day. But if she saw me, she'd probably carve mine out.
What?
Where'd you find all this?
I've always had them. I've been collecting them. Every single scrap of evidence this whole time so that one day I could bring you down.
That's so sweet.
It's not sweet, that's sickening.
Sickeningly sweet.
That's not what I meant.
Look, I am terribly, terribly sorry that I didn't remember you. Memories start.
Wait, you can actually see his mustache slightly turning pink at the end of Who Killed Markiplier? Holy cow. How did I not notice that?
To get jumbled after a while. Sometimes I forget even the simplest of things.
Oh, trust me. You'll have plenty of time to think about all the horrible things you've done once they throw you in a cage, then throw away the key, and then throw that... How the hell do you keep doing that?
Things get jumbled so easily. The when, the where, the why, the how of it all. Who can keep track of it? I wonder what he's up to. You see him? Maybe I should stop.
You seriously need
Is
to
he...
get back...
Wait.
I wonder what he's up.
Is he... It looks like... Yeah, that's, Damien. He's gesturing too, so he doesn't know what's up with Damien. Doesn't know anything about that. Did you tell, so maybe so maybe the detective is the crazy one? Gasp. Did you watch his tell all about his universe? I've watched, most of them. I haven't seen the one for Damien, and I don't know if I saw the one, is there one for this one too? I don't know if I saw this one. I'm working through all of them. Right now I'm working on the one, watching the one where he explains who kills Markiplier. Who killed Markiplier. So I'm going through all of them. But I wanted to kind of come in relatively blind. I have seen these before, but I wanted to come in kind of like relatively blind so I could just kind of throw in my own theories before knowing everything, you know?
Up to? You see him? Maybe I should stop.
You seriously need to get back in the chair. I've got more rope. Maybe that'll work.
Yeah, worth a shot. Oh, the train. Oh, I remember the train. How long were we stuck in the snow for? What?
What?
You don't remember? Ah, it's okay. Probably hasn't happened yet. But some of your finest work.
Probably hasn't happened
A
yet.
little spoiler alert for later to make it easier on you. We all did it.
He shushes the gun and then kisses it.
Say that.
I love it.
What the hell's going on?
Huh? I don't really know. Honestly, I don't understand anything anymore. But I do remember you.
Oh, I wonder if Darkiplier gave Warfstache his fourth wall breaking powers, since Darkiplier also breaks the fourth wall. Yeah, do they work together?
And I remember that there's something I've been meaning to give you after all these years.
Hug.
I'm sorry.
Aww.
Get off of me! If there's one thing I've learned after all these years, it's that nothing heals like a good apology.
I don't understand anything anymore.
Exactly. None of this makes any sense. That's the beauty of it.
Oh, he loves chaos. He loves when things don't make sense.
Is beautiful to you. What kind of sick, twisted son of a bitch thinks any of this is beautiful?
Now, what did we say about name calling?
You killed people! So many people! You killed my friends! You killed my partner! You shot me!
Now, it seems to me like you're trying to paint me as the bad guy.
You are the bad guy!
Okay, well, hey, whoa, time out. Oh, whoa, hey, hey, time out. I get it. You've been hunting me. For years and years and years, you've been chasing me all around the world. From bedrooms to bathrooms to ballrooms. You've been chasing me, and you've been doing a real bang-up job of it. But, and forgive me if this sounds insulting in any way, what would you say our closest encounter was before this very moment right here?
When was our closest encounter?
Yeah.
Before this very moment.
Yes.
That's easy. It was when you it was when you that's when you I was hunting you down. I was stalking you. But you fled the country to all right. Yeah, you were off the radar for 3 years, but I got a hot tip that you shacked up you shacked up with
3 years. What year was that exactly?
What year? Well, it was
Come on, no ads, no. No, this is not a good time for ads.
How do you solve a monster-sized problem? With Miro.
Okay.
I can't remember. I've obsessed over this case for years. Every moment of every day spent trying to hunt you down. So why can't I remember? Am I crazy?
No.
I like how the script flips once Warfstache starts asking the questions. Yes, they even they change positions. Now he's standing up in front of him while Warfstache is standing up in front of him while the detective is sitting in the chair. It's like it's completely swapped at this point now.
My friend, you are not crazy. Don't let anyone ever.
Yeah, and the mood flips too.
You're just too focused on the minutiae of it, the details, the who killed who, the who slept with who. You're not focusing on the big picture.
It's impossible to know things that haven't happened yet.
Yes, exactly. Just like it's impossible to survive a bullet through the heart.
Oh, shut up, phone. My bad.
This was all a nightmare that I couldn't wake up from. My heart was pounding Morse code in my ears, but I never learned the language. My mind was like a hamster ball rolling down the freeway. No matter how fast I went, I couldn't keep up with the flow. It was my first year of clown college all over again, and
No.
No,
No
no,
drifting off just yet.
no.
Listen, it was a bit of a shock for me too. Life needed a bit of madness, but why should death be any different? But I think the stress is getting to you a little bit. You need to unwind. You're a freshly born fawn trying to find your legs in a world that doesn't make sense. So just for tonight, let's forget about all the chasing and the killing and the shooty bang bang. God, you're a murderer. And just for tonight, why don't we have a little fun?
I like how everyone's got the masks. Alright, so that's Wilford, Mother-Loving Warfstache. Very good. Very good. Yes, you really love the ambiguity of the ending. It is very nice that they did it that way. The thing I wanted to say, I did really like it. That is very nice. I feel like when I first watched it, because I just really didn't pay attention to it, but it's really good. It's really well filmed. It's really well choreographed. It's just, it's really good, man. I don't know what else to say about that. But I also want to say, like, Warfstache is kind of like a good guy. Not, obviously he murders people. That's bad. He's completely delusional, but like when it comes to the way he like talked to Abe, talked to the detective, he was like really sweet and nice. And it's like, I don't think that like the way Darkiplier can come off as a good guy, he does it to manipulate people. I think Warfstache is genuinely trying to be nice. Like he genuinely doesn't realize that what he's doing is wrong. So he's actually just trying to have a good time with everyone. So I think he genuinely meant his like, his kindness to, I think he genuinely meant his kindness to the detective. And he like actually saw him as like a friend and was trying to help him out and everything. And I think that just makes him such an interesting character. To me, it's really interesting when there's like a character who thinks that they're good, but they actually do bad things. You know what I mean? Because they can be so interesting that way. I'm wondering if Darkiplier is going to get a solo film, though that might have been what Damien was. Yeah, that might kind of be what Damien is. Which we will watch next. What if Warfstache was like the Grim Reaper? You know what? I'd like to see Warfstache, like, when I die, and have one fun disco party with him. He has the best intentions. He has loads of secrets in his films. They did mention in Who Killed Markiplier that he was a good heart, but his mind was in the wrong place. Yeah, I think that's a good way to put it. Good heart, but mind is in the wrong place. Even if his insanity causes him to do things that have negative results. Yeah, I think... I don't know. There's a part of... I'm gonna say it. There's a part of Warfstache that is quite lovable. Like, he is such a sweetie heart, but he's just insane, and he does horrible things because of it. And I find that so interesting. I think that's such an interesting character. Like, really looking at Warfstache this time around, I'm liking him a lot more than I think I used to. I used to be, oh, he's the funny, shoot, bang, bang, pink mustache guy, haha. But now I'm like, oh, dang, he's got a lot more depth to him than I really realized the first time around. And I really am liking him. I think Warfstache would be considered an anti-villain. Isn't the point of life? Everyone thinks they're doing good, but to other people they aren't. There are two sides to every coin. It's very true. I often try and bring up, like, as much as we try to be, like, good people, we're imperfect. We can never always do good. So it's really important to look at someone's intention. I think that's very important. And we don't always know someone's intention, which is where it gets really tricky. But I think, like, if someone, let's say someone hurts me and they meant to hurt me. Like, obviously, that's like, oh, you jerk. But if someone hurts me and I tell them and they're like, oh, I genuinely didn't mean to, like, hurt you. That was a mistake. I'm sorry. That is so different, you know? Intention is very important. I'm definitely not perfect. Yeah, no one is perfect. And absolutely no one is perfect. And you know what? I gotta agree with Warfstache. A little bit of madness in life makes it a lot more fun. So I am liking Warfstache a lot more this time around. I was, like I said, I never really thought of him this deeply, and I'm liking it. I'm liking it. I think it all stems from him seeing the viewer get up after shooting him. He thinks it's all a joke and no one can actually get hurt. Yep, he doesn't understand. I also think since it's possible he is working with Darkiplier and communicates with other universes, that he sees all manner of death as simply a part of the cycle. Yeah, that's true too. I feel like some people can get into that mindset too, unfortunately, to a dark realm, where people can just be like, oh, well, death is normal, who really cares? And so they kind of become a little too nonchalant with it, and you don't really think about, like, the people that get left behind who are hurt by someone being killed, you know, that kind of thing, or the life that was never lived after that point, you know. I think that's something that, you know, you kind of have to understand. Death is a part of life, but you can't forget all the parts that come with it, you know? Society determines what is good and bad. Imagine a society where murder is considered good and someone doesn't think that way. Society will deem them as criminals. Yeah. Yeah. I do... I guess there's a part of me that is also like, I don't think that could ever really happen, but I guess it could. There were some, like... There are some, I think, places where, like, murder under certain circumstances, but still murder, is, like, considered a good and healthy part, even, depending on, like, certain circumstances. But I feel like, yeah, with like, American society, for instance, like, you in general are like, yeah, that's bad. You don't just kill someone for stepping on your property, like one step into your property. You're like, oh, well, you're dead now. You broke the law. You're dead now. You know, it does change. I think there's usually some sort of reasoning behind everything, so it's not like completely chaotically randomly decided what's good and what's bad. I do think that there's some reasoning behind it, but it does vary from person to person. I mean, if you know you live in a world where the rules can be bent in any way you want, would you probably drive anyone off the deep? That would probably drive anyone off the deep end. It's true. It's very true. So Warfstache is super interesting. I really like that. Like, I forgot a lot about that, about Wilford Mother-Loving Warfstache, but I really like that. That was really good, in a lot of ways. Although his insanity seems to make him only believe that people can't be hurt physically. As soon as he realized how emotionally and mentally in pain Abe was, he put down the glass and became very sincere. Yes. So, yeah, he's like, physically people can't be hurt, but, like, emotionally is still. Which is, like, kind of the opposite of what some people think. Like, I don't know about you, but I've known some people who are like, oh, well, if your emotions get hurt, who cares? That's not important. But if you're, like, physically hurt, then okay, then you need to go to a doctor or whatever. Like, I specifically heard, like, people be like, oh, if someone is bullying you in school by calling you mean names, well, just grow a thicker skin, get over it, that doesn't matter. But if he's beating you up, then that's actual bullying. And I'm like, no, both are bullying. They're just different types of bullying, and you need to take both seriously, you know? So he's almost the opposite of that, where he's like, oh, if someone gets beat up in school, that's not bullying, but if someone gets called mean names, that is bullying. You know? He said it's almost the opposite. People are here on this planet for a short time, relatively speaking. Why make it harder for people? Agreed. Agreed. Very agreed. Yes. Yes. Exactly that. So, any final thoughts on Wilford Mother-Loving Warfstache before we move on to Damien, which I feel is going to be really hard to dig into, like, the lore of it. Yeah, physical pain is a lot easier to get over than mental pain. I mean, maybe it depends on the person, but for me personally, I definitely agree with that statement. Like, I can deal with physical pain way easier than any mental or emotional pain. Yeah, it's like Warfstache is like the polar opposite parody of toxicity towards mental health. Yeah, that's a good way to put it. I like that. That's a good way to put it. Yes, I will watch Damien. I just want to make sure we have all of the Wilford Warfstache stuff, like, ready, move aside, because I will be clipping the stream into 3 separate videos. One for Markiplier TV, one for Wilford, Mother-Loving Warfstache, and one for Damien. So I want to make sure they're nice, cleanly cut videos. So I feel there is a point where physical pain can cause mental pain as well. Yes, definitely. Definitely agreed. I think yes, I agree. All right. Any other thoughts before we move on to Damien? Yeah, there are 2 Wilfords in the same scene. Yeah, we pointed that out. And one of them is the one you run into in space. It's pretty cool. I love that because he probably didn't even think of that. He was just like, I'm just gonna have this goof where there's 2 Wilfords and 1 Sting because it fits for it, you know? So then he's like, you know what? I can do something with that. I remember that gag I threw in. I'm gonna make something interesting out of that. And I like that. I like that retroactive way of thinking. It's very, very good. All right. And I think on that note, we should switch over to Damien.